For most people, when they're pulled over for a DUI, their concern and their thought is what's going to happen to them. And most of the time, it's charged as a Class 1 misdemeanor, which is penalized in Virginia with up to a year in jail. But for those people that are on their third time or more of DUIs, in those cases, the actual charge becomes a felony, which brings about significantly more repercussions, both in the penalty phase as well as having to do with their license phase. When you're charged with a DUI where you've had either 3 or 2 prior DUIs within 5 years or within 10 years, you'll be charged with a Class 6 felony. If convicted of a Class 6 felony, the potential sentence is between 1 and 5 years. More importantly, if it's been within 5 years, your minimum jail sentence, not available to be suspended in any way, is 6 months. If it's been within 10 years, your minimum jail time is 90 days. What comes along with that as well is a permanent revocation of your driver's license. Whereas in a misdemeanor case, typically the suspension is between 1 and 3 years. When it becomes a third or subsequent time, the defendant is looking at a permanent loss of their license. Now, there are things that we can do, and after 3 years, the defendant or the person that's been accused would be eligible for a restricted license upon petitioning to the court, and after 5 years can petition the court to have their driver's license reinstated. But clearly the felony implications go even farther beyond that. With a felony, you're not allowed to vote. With a felony, you are essentially informing everyone that may hire you in the future that you have a felony conviction just by the very nature of having that felony. So if it is a subsequent offense, a third-time offense, and you're facing the felony, it's important to get legal representation as quickly as possible so that you can deal with any possible measure in which to reduce that felony to a misdemeanor and pursue the case on the lower charge rather than risk a potential conviction on the felony.